Small Dubai, that's how it's been nicknamed. Motorists especially have waited with bated breath the commissioning of the Kwame Nkrumah Interchange to cut down on the number of hours spent on the road. After 3 years of what they say has been an ordeal, the situation is expected to improve. Joy News' Ernest Menu was at the opening ceremony of the Kwame Nkrumah Interchange and has come through with this report.
Oh, John, Alaji John, Dr. John. John, oh, you're John. I'm going to put on in a name. I was sent to be a buyer here. Oh, I'm so called Dubai. Can I see Dubai? Can I see Dubai? Can I see Dubai? Can I see Dubai? Oh, can I see Dubai? John, God bless you. Yeah, my darling. You are so just.
I think Mahama is doing well to lead this country into the promised land.
Oh, thank you.
The overhead which they built over here is very nice. We want Ghana should be like Dubai.
They simply could not hide their joy with the opening of the interchange and could only sing the praise of government. The Kwame Nkrumah Interchange is expected to ease the traffic congestion in that part of the capital. But for President John Mahama, this goes a long way to impact positively on the economy of the country and improve the quality of life of Ghanaians.
Time is a precious, invaluable commodity, and once spent, it cannot be recovered. Effective use of time, therefore, has a direct impact on our economy and must be calculated as a contribution to our GDP. Not only are we saving hundreds of millions of cedis in time wasted by the delays in the travel time, but we're also stimulating business and economic activity. We're creating the opportunity for enhanced, efficient trade in our great capital city, Accra. The value of this interchange cannot be measured in economic terms alone, but in the quality of life it is making possible for all our citizens. We know how important time as a family is to our people. This reduction in travel time also allows our parents and family members to get home early, giving us more family time together at the end of the working day. Emergency services can also now reach their destination without impediment and ensure that in a crisis situation our citizens have the needed access to emergency medical service they require.
The three-tier interchange comes with a new bus terminal for the Kaneshi station, offices for the GPRTU, an ambulance and a fire service station. The Obra Sport has now been transformed into a recreational facility with magnificent fountains and a spectacular lighting system. Also, as a statue of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah erected within the location. I spoke to some motorists minutes after the commissioning, and here's what they told me.
It's very, very beautiful. It's very, very beautiful. They should allow the man to continue. They should give him 4 years more. He's doing work. He's doing work.
Oh, nice. Fine pa. Oh, since you have my traffic is what and fine pa.
I don't know what to say. I'm even surprised seeing this thing. That's in history. So we are going to trust him.
From the Kwame Nkrumah Interchange, Ernest Menu for Joy News.
Meanwhile, former flag bearer of the CPP, Dr. Abu Sakara, is calling on government to map up key maintenance strategies, including budgetary allocation to help prolong the lifespan of the infrastructure.
I think maintenance is obviously a key factor for all infrastructure, not just this one. And I think it's part of a work in progress where we expect that with certain stringent management measures in place, there can be periodic checks rather than wait with long intervals from beginning to end. So the key thing is to have periodic checks to say that every so often somebody will go around and make a check to make sure the things that are supposed to have been done have been done. And if they have not been done, you integrate them to make sure that they are an integral part of the budget. There's no point in sending somebody around if they're not part of the budget. So they have to be in the budget first, and then you have to have a monitoring and supervision arm to go around periodically different people to make sure that it is done. When we do this, I'm sure things will improve. But so far, so good.
And of course, it's been a day after the commissioning. How are motorists finding their bearings in and around the interchange? My colleague Benis Abubaidu has visited the facility, but we'll bring that to you later. Let's now speak to the engineer for this interchange, Engineer Ansa. He joins us live on the line. Good morning to you, sir. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning.
Great. Now, how far have you gone as regards the education for the use of this three-tier road?
Yeah, we started the public sensitization and education through the radio and the television, and we have some handbills that we have given out, giving directions to how to use the interchange. But since you called me, if you wouldn't mind, I can just give a roundup of how the interchange should be used.
Sure, go ahead, sir.
Okay, so we just want to start from the, if one is coming from the Paloma end, that is busy internet end towards Obechebe. You go up the third tier, where there's the topmost interchange. We call it the Ring Road flyover, and just drive straight down towards Obechebe. The reverse is also the same. That is from Obechebe Lamte, that goes towards Paloma end. And motorists wanting to go to North Kaneshi, that is the industrial area, from Paloma end, you still have to take the topmost bridge at the third tier. Then when you're getting down, you take what we call the ramp down. That takes you to, on the right, takes you to North Industrial, that New Times Corporation area. Now, vehicles moving from Tudu area, coming to the circle, you use the Baptist Church, that is a big, Mr. Big, sorry. You meet about 4 lanes there. The 2 goes over the bridge, 2 lanes go over the bridge, that's called the Akasanoma. Then if you want to access the Ring Road Central, you take the right left. The left left takes you to the main roundabout, that is the old Kwame Nkrumah circle that we have expanded. And vehicles moving on the opposite direction from Insawum, that is Alaju end, towards Accra. You go over the second tier, the middle interchange, over the bridge, then you land on the Kwame Nkrumah Avenue. The ground level, we have 2 big circles. The old Kwame Nkrumah circle that we have expanded to 3 lanes. Then you have a smaller version of it towards very close to the standard around the Awudome end. We call the Fioyo roundabout. So most of the movements there will be on the ground. We use this circle. You realize that if you are coming from Awudome Cemetery end, there used to be a U-turn, that is if you are on the Obechebe Lamte circle, moving towards Awudome. Now, motorists have to come to this Fioyo roundabout within the interchange and make that U-turn. Then we have some links too for VIP. You created a special lane on the Fioyo roundabout that takes you to the VIP. So the old road entrance directly onto the road has been closed. We're giving them an alternative. When you get close to the Fioyo roundabout, you get to that. I think basically that is what we've done, and this education is going. With respect to pedestrians and their safety, they have to observe the signs. We have enough signs on the road for pedestrian crossing. Most of them are done in the vicinity of the 2 roundabouts I've mentioned. That's the Fioyo roundabout and the main circle roundabout. And then around the railway line crossing, we have all the traffic lights to tight step. Yeah.
Mr. Ansah, quite comprehensive education there, but some people are wondering why the education is coming now.
I said it has begun. It has begun.
Since when?
Normally
because this was commissioned. Pardon me. You're saying it has begun, but this was commissioned yesterday, and you're telling us.
But perhaps at the time I know there has been some education. Yes. And we will continue. Giving education.
Now, what's the maintenance plan like?
Maintenance. We said that this bridge is composed of the interchange composed of bridges and also the road. Typically, with road, we design for 20 years. So after 20 years, that's where we have the major maintenance. Here I'm talking about, we'll have a very exhaustive study on the function of the asphalt, the road pavement, to see whether it can continue to support the vehicles that move on. If there's a need, which of course after 20 years we have to do what we call a strengthening of the pavement. And I gave an example as to what happened to the CP road that was constructed between Accra and Cape Coast. After 20 years, around the year 2000, the government gave us some money and they did an overlay. And that has kept the road in shape even up to today. So a similar thing must be done after 20 years for the road. With respect to the bridges, the design life is 50 years. And once I can take you back to Adome Bridge, after 50 years, you have to do very extensive maintenance work. So a similar thing with it. But in between, from now to 50 years, we see maintenance that has to be done. And the employers, the employers representatives have been trained. I'm referring to Department of Urban Roads. They've taken some of the workers through some training for this, for the maintenance. So we expect them to carry it up from there.
You're the resident engineer for this Circle Interchange. How has it been for you completing this huge project?
Please come again.
Yes, I'm saying that how was it for you completing this huge project?
How was, sorry?
Was it for you having to carry out this huge project, infrastructural project?
How is it to me?
Yes, was it difficult, challenges having to work on this particular project?
Of course, there have been a lot of challenges, but it's also the positive side is there's a learning process, and then some of the challenges that it's not me alone, it's a teamwork, okay? And a major challenge was trying to get space within the Odona market, and we had some challenge. It even went to court, and fortunately, it was ruled in favor of the client. So that caused some delay. And then handling the pedestrian. Kwame Nkrumah said, you know how it is. A lot of people, human traffic, and trying to control them was not easy. But all in all, they are very cooperative, especially the GPRTU people, and a lot of the other stakeholders have been very, very cooperative. So there have been challenges, but looking at the time that we planned to do the project and when we finished, we went overboard by a month, and to me that is okay. It's not so far. And the good news is that this is what we call a design build contract. So going overboard by a month doesn't cost the government anything. It's still within the cost.
Yes, talking about the cost, I was actually coming to that. How much did it cost to complete this project?
Yeah, I've done so much with the technical, and I think you guys know the cost. I think now from this, and it's better you speak with the client. I handle most of the technical things, so I have not done so much about the cost.
All right, we'll end it here. Thank you very much. Philip Ansah is the resident engineer for the just commissioned Circle Interchange. Thank you for sharing your views with us here on News Desk on Joy News on Multi TV. Stay with us. We'll be back with more stories.